largely. Because there are many of us who struggle to believe Jesus, the Bible, the idea that God wants to move in our life, based on a lack of the experience of the miraculous in our life. And I can understand that. I really can. I can understand that. It can be frustrating and baffling to see, this story plays out in the Gospels and in the New Testament and through church history of these incredible miraculous signs, and then it seems like, well, why don't I see that in my life? I might see, or you hear a testimony of somebody else and say, well, why don't I see that in my life? So many of us struggle to find faith because we haven't experienced something, or God hasn't worked in the way that we think he should. And I think that's where it gets a little bit to the rub of like, Jesus, come do what I want you to do. Jesus, come do what I want you to do. However, this story specifically shows us that Jesus wants to move us beyond trusting in the miraculous. Because that's not real faith. It's not real faith. Why? Because it won't last. Something we often say in Chi Alpha is what you win them with is what you win them to. And so if you are constantly looking for the miraculous in your life, Jesus only has you as long as he does a miraculous thing in your life. The moment he doesn't come through, the moment that he doesn't heal the person you prayed for, the moment he doesn't radically deliver you from something, the moment it doesn't work out the way you think that it should, or that Jesus does not act in the way that you think he should, he's gone. You're gone, right? That's actually a very immature faith, to believe only in the miraculous. D.A. Carson puts it this way. He says, in John's gospel, too much interest in raw miracles themselves is spiritually dangerous. Miracles cannot compel genuine faith. Now, don't get it wrong, though. Jesus intends the miracles to move us, and Jesus does the miraculous. There are even times where he says, if you're not going to believe me, at least use your brain. Like, use your brain and, look at these miracles and say, how could this man not be who he says he is? So he appeals at times to miracles, but Jesus knows that those miracles cannot hold you. They cannot hold you. It's like putting trust in a boat with holes all around it. It'll keep you afloat for a while, and you might be able to plug it with gum, but that's not the long-term fix, right? It's not the long-term fix. Trusting in God based on the miraculous or the extraordinary sets up disappointment, disillusion, and distrust in God. It just sets you up because, again, the moment it doesn't happen, like, well, where were you, God? Forget what you've done in my past. I was thankful when you did it then, but you didn't come now. So you're either out of power, it was a coincidence, or you're just not real.